Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Perseverance Maremeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self-Love. If you're joining in for the first time, you are welcome. Please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. And if you are returning subby, I really appreciate you. We just reached a 20,000 milestone. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I appreciate the engagement, the comments, the positive criticism, and everything in between. So keep them coming, okay? But today we are on a different thing altogether, okay? I promised that I was gonna do a video about my recent quick in and out at the hospital, because I had to go to theater, and a lot of people were worried to think maybe something happened to me, I'm sick. And also, before I forget, I would like to put a disclaimer to say there's absolutely nothing that happened to me while I was in Botswana, because some people think that maybe something happened to me while I was in Botswana or on my way back, or maybe there's something that I ate, wara. No, when I went to Botswana, I really knew that when I come back I have to go to theater, okay? So my recent visit to the hospital has absolutely nothing to do with my previous weekend's visit to Botswana, okay? So let's take it all the way back to how I ended up in the hospital today. A few weeks ago, I was called by Dr. Sibupa, my doctor, my family doctor. She's been my family doctor for more than 10 years. I absolutely love and I adore that woman. I adore her. She is such a confidence booster. She is so down to earth. She's loving and everything in between. So I love Dr. Sibupa so much. So yeah, she called me into her office. I went and then I did a pap smear test there. I'm not very good with medical stuff, guys, and I don't know medical terms, and I absolutely hate calling things. I prefer calling things with their names, but unfortunately, because I don't know anything about medicine and the terms thereof, I'm gonna have to call these things instead of calling them with their actual names, okay? So you'll have to forgive me if you're in the medical field, and this that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, it's not professional, okay? It's just me, my personal experiences, and what happened to me to date, okay? So I went and I did a pap smear test, and there are some things which I don't even know how to pronounce them, which came back positive from the tests that I did, okay? So the doctor was so worried about me, thinking, what's going to happen to you? And now the thing was that with whatever that came back positive from the test, the pap smear test that was done, it showed that usually that HPV something, it usually goes deep inside the womb, right? So because of how the pap smear test is done, it's only done up until the mouth of the womb. So it doesn't go all the way in. So there could be a possibility that there might be something deep in there which is still happening that they knew nothing about. So possibilities are, if there's anything cancerous that is happening in there, then I might have to have my womb removed, or I might have to have, like, I don't know, scrubbing or whatever, that needs to be done for me to actually preserve my life, or for the doctors to actually save my life from me getting any type of cancer which is associated with just me being a woman, me being sexually active, me having kids, me having a very active womb and a vagina, okay? So after the results came back from Lancet Lab, Dr. Sibupa called me into her office. Dr. Sibupa never calls me with my first name. She usually calls me Percy. So when she calls me Perseverance, I always say, I laugh at her all the time. When she calls me Perseverance, I'm like, hey, why are you calling me with my government name? What did I do wrong now? Because she usually calls me with my government name when I am supposed to make her a dress and she's supposed to fit a dress, and she forgot about it, and wara, on other personal businesses that we have besides her being my family doctor. So when she's like, Perseverance, I'm like, what did I do now, doctor? She's like, no, you didn't do anything. I just need you to come to my office quickly. It's regarding your pap smear results. I went there. She then showed me, she tried to explain to me what was happening. We were still here, so And the doctor explained to me the options that could be possible, but then she referred me to a gynecologist who then had to further check me and also check the results and make the two become one. So when I then went to the gynecologist, Dr. Mungalu, he said we should rather look into having my womb scrubbed and the wax and. So that was the reason why I was at the hospital. Doing pap smear test is one thing that a lot of us as ladies, we take for granted, we don't take seriously. We honestly just don't want to know because we don't want to be stressed out. But the thing is, honestly speaking, if you never get these things checked out and you find out when it's already late, when you've already had a cancer of the ovaries or the womb and it's already spreading in other organs, then it's too late. They can't help you with anything. I know it's such a drag. It's like you're looking for trouble where there's no trouble. Why must you go find problems? Why must you fix something that is not broken? But the thing is, it explodes when it now is time for it to be broken if you do not want to take precautionary measures in advance. Trust me, I'm not advertising for anybody. I'm not trying to be like I'm better, because Nami, I've been dragging to do a pap smear test for the longest time, but I learned a lesson of my life to say that had I dragged it even longer, chances are I would have never had a chance to find out that there are some things in my womb that need to be scrapped out, and I need to take very good care of myself and focus on my health and check what options I have. Guys, if I tell you I was okay the whole time until I thought about my friend Kamohelo was sharing about how after she had a baby she had to be put to sleep. I forgot what you call that medicine that they give you for you to go to sleep, and they had to slap her for her to wake up. That for me was scary, because what if I sleep and I never wake up? And the day before I went to the theater, I could not sleep because I was thinking, what if I sleep and I never wake up? What if I'm allergic to these things? Because even with my previous C-sections, I've never had that. I've had one of those that, they kill you from the waist going all the way down. Nothing like you being completely out. So, yeah, I was nervous. I was worried. I was scared. Then I called my sister, Amu. Amu being my sister is a story for another day. She's my friend from grade 1. But it kind of feels, actually it doesn't it feels very weird for me to call her my friend because she is really my sister. We even look alike. So we've been friends since grade 1. She's literally the family that I have in this town. She's my pillar, my everything. Amu knocked off from work because she was doing night shift. She came straight to the hospital. But the thing is, before she came to the hospital, she thought I had it all together, and she was like, this one is a champ, this one is a diehard, she's not worried. Until I now started calling. I'm like, yo, so sis, I'm going to the hospital tomorrow. She's like, okay, I'll see you on Wednesday. I didn't want to say it straight to her that I need you to be here with me, because remember, I must be very honest with you guys. This was my first time being hospitalized, and I didn't have some sort of like family around me, because remember my previous C-sections, when I was hospitalized, I was still married. So I had my ex and his family next to me whenever I would get admitted. Amu also would always be there. My assistant would also always be there. But for me to actually do this thing on my own, alone, I didn't mind, but I kind of felt it that, you know what, I need somebody to give me moral support, just to remind me that I'm a soldier and I must keep soldiering on, So Amu realized that, hey, this one is nervous. This one, now I was even making her nervous because she doesn't know me to be a nervous person. She knows me to be a strong person. But all of a sudden, I'm chickening out. So she now got frustrated. Then from work, she drove straight to the hospital. She was there with me the whole time. She's actually the one who's been helping me record some of this content that I'm posting here. But she was there with me the whole time. And throughout the whole admission process and everything, and me cracking jokes in between, and then I had to go to theater. So okay, this is the part that really gets me to be deep in this whole, guys. Like, look at this. Everyone in this room is wide awake, and I'm the only one who is dead. And just the thought that I could be sleeping like this and I could never wake up. Like legit, this could be me in a coffin.
I am legit.
I feel like I'm having an out-of-body experience when I look at myself.
I am so dead. Like I'm dead. And I asked the sisters there, shout out to Louisa, Sister Louisa and Sister Hlamalani. They are just amazing. They're by the theater, by Mediclinic Lephalale. They're the ones who actually, throughout all my pregnancies, when I've been at the hospital for at the theater, they've been the ones who have always been there, you know. And they're just amazing human beings. So I asked them to take content and everything, and they did that. I just wanted to see how I look when I'm lifeless. I'm like, oh my gosh, so this is how I will look if I'm dead, or this is how I was gonna look if I never woke up. Phew. Some scary stuff. So there was a lady who went in to do some other procedure as well, similar to mine, but not exactly, because I was just scrubbing of the womb. That lady, when she came out of theater, they were calling her by name, asking her to open her eyes, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be this, I don't want to do this. So when I went in, I was determined to say, when they call me, they won't have to call me twice. They called me. They're like, Pacey, hey. The first time I jumped, I did like this. I opened my eyes like this.
Oh, sister.
Welcome back, sister.
Thank you, my sister.
You woke up.
Hey. They didn't call me twice. Once was enough. They're like, Bessie. I'm like, yay. I'm here. Don't call me twice. Don't slap me. I'm awake. Hey, I can't afford to die. Yes.
We're glad that you are back, my sister.
Thank you, my sister.
We love you. We don't want to lose you. Not now.
Hey, Mugayo wafambo.
Mugayo.
Wafambo. Mugayo wafambo. Awufambanga mugayo uyile theater.
I was like, I'm here, I'm not sleeping, and I refused to sleep until I came and I slept in the house when I was discharged. The minute I opened my eyes, I started speaking to Sister Hlamalani. Look at this.
No, and it's okay. You know, we have to embrace that.
That's true.
So
no, that's what I'm fighting for now. Or you know what, girl, stand up. Whether you are married or not, you are still a woman yourself. You're still a person yourself. Without the other person, you're still a person.
We have so many things going on in our lives that we decide to put that aside, and we focus on, we expect somebody else to come and fix things that
for us.
So I started speaking to Sister Hlamalani, and we're talking about life and everything in between. I absolutely love Sister Hlamalani. Me and her, we are the same in a sense. We talk spiritually, we connect and we talk, you know. I love that woman. So I was like, this one, she's my ticket out of here. We started talking, and then that's when I was like, I'm awake. I went back to the ward. Then they gave me medication and the works, and yeah, that was basically what I was there to do at Mediclinic today. It's kind of scary, guys, because as women we go through a lot. If you watch my program, You're Losing in Love, you will realize that women have so many battles that they fight on a daily basis. So on top of all those battles that we are fighting on a daily basis, we are still fighting things like our health. You have to fight battles about a man, struggles about raising kids alone, and then you have to come back and fight your own health. I said to my cousin Portia the other day that, listen, cuz you don't have to worry about me and how I am emotionally, about me having to either go for an operation or just go into the hospital for scrubbing or whatever, because these are the type of fights that I'm willing to fight. I'm more than willing to fight a health battle than I'm willing to fight while I'm sitting with somebody whom is supposed to be my partner, that I must fight together. That person must be with me against the world, you know, because so many of us enjoy, or so many of us are used to saying things like, 10 years and going strong. We are fighting this thing together. But at the end of the day, it is you fighting side chicks for 10 years. It is you fighting financial battles alone for 10 years. It is you fighting chronic diseases which are caused by your partner for 10 years. So basically, it's not you and your partner against the world. It is you alone against the world, and your battles are influenced by the same person who's supposed to protect you, who's supposed to be there for you. So I was saying to her, the way I've been fighting battles which I don't have to fight for the longest time, I don't want to fight those battles anymore. I've decided that it is enough, but I'm more than willing to fight battles which are beyond my control. I'm more than willing to accept situations which are beyond my control. I'm more than willing to put in my best shot at something that I know that nobody influenced, instead of me sitting around and fighting things that I know very well that they could have been prevented. And that's what a lot of us are doing. I feel like half the battles that we are fighting, we don't have to fight them anymore. I mean, if you're going to be wasting all of your energy fighting side chicks and sicknesses which were induced by your partner, what other energy, where are you supposed to get more energy for you to fight issues which are just natural? Like, you decide that you still need energy to fight because you found out that you have a lump in your breast. You have to fight breast cancer, for example. But at the same time, you have to fight side chicks. At the same time, you have to fight for this and that. Do you really have that energy? This is why they call you strong at the end of the day as a woman, because you have it in you to fight until you die. You fight for things which are not necessary for you to fight for, and you fight for things which are necessary. Can you pick your struggles? Can you pick your fights? That's why I'm saying that I'm more than willing, more than anything, I'm more than willing to fight battles that are not induced by anybody. I'm more than willing to fight battles which are not man-made, in as much as I know that some of these sicknesses that we are suffering from as women, like for example, if I'm doing a pap smear test, if I was not sexually active, if I was a virgin, I would have had less chances of me having the things that I'm having now. But the fact that I have kids, I'm sexually active, I've birthed kids, all these things are contributing to me having all these problems, so already me being a woman comes with a whole lot of consequences. Me being a woman comes with a pack of struggles physically, so I must fight those battles and also fight the battles of me being oppressed, the battle of me being abused, the battle of this, the battle of that. For me, that is just way too much, so but anyway, that's basically it. That's basically all. So I would also like to emphasize still to say that for those who are saying that maybe I'm sick because of something that happened to me in Botswana, no. When I went to Botswana, I knew that when I come back I have to go to theater. And I would also like to encourage every single one of us ladies to say, whenever you get a chance, if you can, consider having a pap smear test done. I know that it seems like you have stirred a pot or you are tampering with things which were just sitting there on their own, but if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't address these issues as early as possible, later on they catch up, and then it's too late for your life to be saved. Anyway, thank you so much for the heartfelt messages which we're pouring in, for the people who were worried about me. I know that some were really worried about me, some were just being nosy, and some were just happy that the loudmouth is going to die now. Sorry to burst your bubble for those who thought the loudmouth is dying. I'm not going anywhere. And for those who are just being nosy, now you have the tea, you have the juice. And for those who are genuinely worried about me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I feel the love. And yeah, basically that is it for this part. I love you. Keep subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Let me sleep now and recover, because it's been a rough day.
Guys, I'm here for food. Like, I'm more medically, I'm here for the food. Nothing more, nothing less. Yes, I'm here for all the other things, but the most important thing is that I'm here for.
So we might wait for lunch so that you eat first and then they discharge you.
Hey, now I'm here for food. I didn't come here for anything else. Can't imagine you go to admit a medical clinic. Make sure it's can't imagine you. To make everything. What is this?